Hello and welcome everyone. This is Lavender Sky Panther. Today is Friday, October 23rd, 2020, and today's topic is called Blue Mood, West at Sunset, and More. It's a collection of images and sky observations happening October 12th through the 16th, 2020. And before we jump into those sky observations, I'd like to say good day, osio, hao, buongiorno, guten tag, kia ora, jambo, buenos dias, bonjour, ni hao, dzień dobry, konnichiwa, dobro dnia, annyeonghaseyo, boa tarde, dobry den, aloha winala, galimera, and goedendag. And today's starter image is just a morning crescent moon, rotated in quotes. So I don't know if you've been seeing this where you are lately, but I sure have. So the moon is acting odd, let's just say. So this crescent illuminated at the bottom, the illumination should be at either side depending on the phase and the timing, and yet it's here at the bottom. Very atypical. For decades past, have not witnessed this until recent years. Now in a previous show I also show a fuller moon in fuller phase, and it also appears to be flipped on its side 90 degrees. What is causing that? I have no idea. Some say the moon is really a projection. Some say something else is happening. Either the Earth is wobbling or the moon or both of us. Who knows? See what you think. Definitely do look at other Earth and Sky watching channels on YouTube. See what credible evidence they're posing and putting up and posting all over the world. And come to your own conclusions. See what you think. If you have any good ones, put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. Thanks. All right, the first photo here, slide of the day, is called Red Pink Signature East at Sunrise. The upper right-hand photo is the original. The lower is an enlarged, enhanced photo. Now, going forward, when I say enhanced or enhancements on the photos, it just means I've edited attributes such as color, contrast, brightness, color saturation, things of that nature. And why? Just so we can get at, highlight certain things or draw them out of the photo that might not be readily visible in the regular photos. So for instance, this original photo, I did see more of a red-pink cast to the human eye, and it didn't quite translate correctly to the photo. Sometimes, though, the photo will show far more than what I can see with the human eye, naked eye. So let's see what we've got for this week, what popped up in the sky. Okay, this is still continuing on with the red-pink signature in the sky. This time it's the same sunrise, same time, but looking to the south. The previous photo we were looking east. And look at this. We've got quite a bit of red activity happening in the south. Why? Again, this is one of those questions. Do look around and see why you think that's happening. Okay, this is looking west. Now what's odd is this is generating its own pink activity and red pink activity. This is not reflections or refractions coming from the east, because as you can see, like a flashlight, when you point it up, that's the source of the flashlight would, fan out this way, and that's what's happening here. So how is it that we have red pink at one horizon generating its own light and also at the opposite at the same time? I will leave that head scratcher to you again to explore on your own and see what you think. All right, this is called Triangular Geometry Cut into Cloud. That's pretty self-explanatory, but in the upper right-hand photo is the original, so you can get an overall picture of where this thing was kind of floating off on its own, which was also unusual. I put letter A because anytime I put a letter, it's just going to show areas of interest that we're going to talk about. There could be a lot going on in a photo, and I'll just put letters to only pull out a few things to talk about to keep a good tight running time on the show. But if you want to see anything more that I don't cover and put enhancement on going forward, just let me know in the comments section below and I'll put it in a future show. When I get to points like point 1 or 2, it just means we're zooming in and putting some more enhancement on the photo just to get a better look. So in this case, I wanted to know what's this little notch happening, and look at it. It's a right angle or maybe a slightly obtuse angle, but this overall thing does look like a triangle happening in there to me. Now, what is it? Is it a craft cloaking? Is it some type of sensor or veiling like film material? I have no idea, but we get into a very interesting thing happening here. So going forward, we're going to look at a lot of cloaking, what I believe are cloaking craft, also perhaps interdimensional craft. That's going to be a judgment call when you see it, see what you feel in your gut, what it might be, and then there are going to be some things I just simply have no idea what's going on, but we'll try to get to what it is. All right, so in here it's called Strange Cloud Form. This thing's really kind of popped up out of nowhere. It was pretty amazing, actually, because it also carried overhead and went off toward the south, which we'll see in a second. But the lower right-hand corner is the original. And then we get into the enhancement. Now, in the enhancement, you see it in the original, too. We start to make out a sphere. This is looking like a perfect sphere. Looks like it has a line dividing like two symmetrical or mirrored like, I don't know if that's openings or dents, impressions. We got a little weird activity here. And then look over here. This is a curve. This is also a sphere, but like if you look in the void, it's dark. So is that a cloaking method? I don't know, but we don't normally see this happening in the sky unless it's an object. And this looks like it's something transparent. See what you think could be going on in there. I also kind of make out a form in here too, but we'll keep going. All right, now here's that same kind of system twisting and turning above and heading over toward the south. It was really bizarre. This looks like artificial cloud activity to me. I explained why on other shows. The telltale sign here, a definite indicator, is this stuff kind of fraying out in a weird way. It looks like there's a triangular form in here hiding. And when you look at the fringes of this, the edges, they just get a little weird and raggedy. So to me, this is all artificial. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I know it's not natural cloud form. All right, this is called Second Object at Sun. This is being captured all over the world. A lot of people just doing direct observations, like myself. We've got the sun or whatever. I'll put sun in quotes. It very well could be a solar simulator back in there or some type of artificial tech happening between our view of the sun, from us on the Earth plane, looking toward the sun. There could be tech in between both of us. Because what's happening lately, if you haven't noticed, is that the sun has become incredibly white and glaring. It also just has a fake feel to the, I don't like the term fake, but it just has an artificial feel to the heat coming off of it. Where I am in Florida, it's even sunburning people in a very different way from decades past when we had a softer, warmer, glowing sun. Even if it was bright, it had more of a warm yellow and golden glow to it. So anyway, this is definitely a different object. Whether this sun is artificial or not, this is a different object in front of it. So some people are coining the phrase second sun, on YouTube channels, Earth and Sky Watching channels, which again, I hope you are checking those out too. But whether that's artificial or whether it's celestial, hey, it's just something that showed up that we're not being told about in mainstream. So see what you think could be happening. I do think this is an object orbiting around the sun, and I do believe it's more celestial in nature. That's just my opinion. See what you think. All right, this is called Unusual Cloud Form Assembly at Sunset. The upper left is the original. Look at this thing just shooting up. I call this a puddle cloud or a tower cloud. Some people call it a fan cloud or a wedge cloud. The thing just, artificially springs up right in front of where you would see the sun, go down at sunset. And, of course, at sunrise, some of these things happen right when the sun's going to come up so that you can't see what's going on. So there's an odd transition of when the true sun, I believe, is setting down below and it's golden. You get the golden cast. And then I believe whatever's to the solar simulator interfering with the sun is happening up here. It's a much whiter, pure white cast to it. And this convenient, huge thing just blocks your view of seeing either separate objects or one over the other going down in a weird way. This red-pink hue and cast is there again. Again, look in the description box of what could this be. You might have also other ideas that aren't listed there. And if you have any new and interesting angles or just any other different angles, list them in the comment section below if you want. Also, what's weird here is we seem to see an object popping up out of here. This looks like a an oblique kind of, triangle. Looks like it has hard edges to it with a point. This also looks like either interdimensional or 3D cloaking craft, coming sailing by. But see what you think is going on in here. With any of my photos, you're going to find a ton of stuff beyond what I point out. If you see anything interesting that I haven't covered, like in here, that's starting to look real interesting, just call it out in the comment section below, and I'll go ahead and run enhancements on it and put it in a future show. Okay, this is called Partial Eternal, in quotes, Rainbow. So I call it eternal because the upper left is the original. This thing lasted for over 20 minutes. Stayed in position, stayed pretty true to its intensity. It was really bizarre. I've never seen one hold its position that long. So this had some weird light, kind of light sources happening beyond. It had like a cut through it of dark stuff. So have the enhanced photo down here to see what is this coming in front of it. I really couldn't get to it other than this seems to be symmetrical in form. So maybe it's some type of cloaking craft. I don't know. But anyway, let's see what this thing looked like later. So here we go, about 20 minutes later. So sky, this is, mind you, looking southeast at sunset. This is not catching glow or anything from the western horizon. This is independent lighting happening here to the southeast. Also, just the character, the upper left, you see the original photo. Weird cloud consistency and colors popping up. But this thing is still holding its shape and length. It didn't get longer or shorter. It's just really strange. And then we go over here to letter A. Something strange popped up. So to me, that definitely looked like a craft without cloak. It has like a symmetry to it and the curve. See what you think is happening. This is called Strange Cloud Mix in Triangular Shape. Upper left is the original, and there you see kind of an outline of a darker triangle within. Here's that triangle where my cursor is. We have like two semispherical things split, and I don't know, this is just all so strange. it's kind of hard to even begin. You know, this is not natural. None of this is kind of natural cloud activity. Down here, it looks like cloaking craft because we get these weird bits popping out that could be either like brighter metal, or it could be self-illumination, something happening in there, or a combination of both. This actually looks like the end of a pipe where I have letter A. See what you think could be happening. Okay, here we go. We're zooming in a little bit more on that weird semi-spherical shape with a split in it, and there definitely looks like stuff is happening in there and being cloaked. But I'm going to leave this one to you, especially look at this, like, what do I want to say, like this jagged edge, just like arrowhead. I don't know. It's just pointed. It's what I was looking for. What is happening in here? And then we get this little weird figure happening over here to the left, little weird things happening with structure in here. Have fun looking at this on your own and see what you find. This is called Colorful Clouds at Sunset Looking Southwest. Upper left-hand photo is the original. Look at it. It just caught my attention because it's very odd, unnatural form. I mean, it has like a natural flow to it, but this is not, you know, any kind of cloud you can point to in a book saying it's cumulus or this or that. No, it's its own animal. And then we got weird little structure happening off in here. Weird color. Whenever I see yellow or greenish tinges to things, reminds me of like sulfur dioxide or some type of sulfur in the air, you know, pointing to artificial stuff's happening. Look at these weird clouds again. You know, some pop up with red and pink, some are not, and the true sunset's kind of happening off here in the distance. So what the heck is going on? Again, this is one of those photos I'm going to leave to you on your own time just to kind of take a look around, see what you see, what you think. Okay, more colorful clouds at sunset, this time looking east. So again, we've got self-illumination, like its own, east horizon has its own illumination going on because just opposite it to the west, the thing was heavily covered with cloud and already setting. So what is causing this light to pop up? It's kind of a question I'm posing to you to do some investigation on your own. Got some weird activity happening in here. I'm not sure if that could be some type of interdimensional or otherwise cloaking craft. It's got a weird structure to it, that's why I say that. And look at, we got a triangular shape here. We've got little bits and pieces floating around in here. There's a lot going on in this scene, so have fun looking on at your own. I'm going to move along to keep the show tight. All right, so here's the upper left-hand photo. Weird stuff just springing up. This is not like cloud activity we know from the past and the recent decades. No. We look here, it's like a horizontal shape, which is weird in character. These are springing up horizontal. They're all in the same plane. What causes that? Here we have some dark matter like popping forward, so it looks like there's a cloaking craft in there. I've blown out the enhancement on it here on the bigger photo because look at, we see a bit poking up out of cloak material is what it looks like to me. So that looks like a cloaking craft. Weird triangular bit here, illuminated. This has like its own illumination. When it's pure white amidst anything really dark, I know that that's either an object or self-illumination happening in the cloud. But again, have a look at this and see what you think is going on. Alright, this is just called odd-shaped clouds and light color at sunset. Pretty self-explanatory. We got these weird kind of spikes, but wispy, you know, happening over here. Looks very ethereal. Looks like little things are hiding in it. And then we go to the right. The left is looking northeast, and the one to the right is looking west. And look at this. We've got bright blue, we've got golden, we've got peach red happening, pink and red, and then weird cloud forms back here with bright white happening all at the same time. These things look like rays shooting out from something. I'm not sure what's going on with these, but again, have a look around, see what you find. Alright, this is still a continuation now, kind of panning over and seeing that full like rays assembly happening. Just really weird ethereal cloud form. The consistency so it just seems really weird, and yet it holds shape. Here's that like triangular form. Looks like something's kind of popping up out of there. Again, I gotta believe there's some cloaking craft and these very unusual cloud forms. Look at this. This looks like a triangle. So anyway, see what you think. Okay, odd cloud forms and colors, east at sunset. Upper left is the original. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Upper left is the original. And aside from the lighting, you know, turning very warm, we still have these little objects floating through. They don't look like natural normal cloud. And so we go to the larger enhancement. I definitely see a triangular shape with like a little bulbous middle part, you know, but symmetry on this thing. I've seen this kind of shape a lot in other shows. I've shown them as well. And here I was just trying to enhance it to see what could be in here. Sometimes you do see hard, you know, harder bits and pieces popping out. I didn't really get it on this one, but I thought I would leave it for you to see if you see anything in there. Okay, more odd cloud forms and colors, east at sunset. Look at this, and again, emphasis on east at sunset. We get the upper left, there's some, looks like some light generating from the east horizon on its own. And these forms just look too strange not to record and share with you and log in on the show. Look at this. We've got like a wedge. Looks like a piece of pizza almost. Then we've got, curve form here too. And it looks like there's a massive cloaking material coming off of these things. And this looks like it could be like a vector-shaped type ship if this is a point. And these are like, arms, coming off the back of it. But see what you see, if you see anything in there or not. Okay, this is odd cloud forms and colors. The left is the original. Look at this shape. It's just strange. This is subtropical Florida. We shouldn't have clouds this shape. These kinds of looks almost lenticular-like, and that happens at high altitude and cold air and, with a lot of wind, and this was not the case here in subtropical Florida. So definitely I thought, okay, we got to enhance this and see what's going on. So the right-hand photo is the enhancement. Couldn't quite get to what's in there. I see something popping up here. It looked like a little hard edge, but, it's a little difficult to see. Here, though, I start to definitely see a triangle that looks like it's got cloaking material like wisping off of it there. I don't know really what's going on in here, but I start to see little points with shadow popping up here. So I definitely got to say there's cloaking craft happening in there. And probably in here. See what you think. This is called the Odd Cloud Forms and Colors. This overall scene, we're looking southeast, okay? And it's, at sunset, but yet we get, this bright color. We got reds and pinks going on, and we've got that golden light here too. Weird things popping up in here. These might be craft just at the beginning of emerging or leaving, I don't know, but nonetheless, they're strange and they're not natural. Okay, another continuation on the same theme. Here we get some of that red-pink color, a weird oddball cloud popping out. We got some warm color, we got white color, and then we get this red and pink. What the heck is going on? Same theme again, this time looking south. This is at 7:21 at sunset, looking south. So we get warm color and signature in this overall cloud assembly. We get these little odd shapes. So again, to me this looks like one big cloaking craft. We'll jump to the bigger enhancement just to get a better look. So this looks like a cloaking craft to me. It's very dark in there. There's some bright points amid solid color, which show me there's either self-illumination or some structure poking out of it. Same thing here. It looks like it has a little trail jutting behind it. This long thing looks to me like either a cloaking craft, or I'm not even sure. It could be some type of more biologically oriented organism. Maybe it's some type of interdimensional thing I've never heard of. I don't know, but it definitely looks like it has structure to it, like legs and a long form. Then we go up to the upper right and look at this curve, in the void. It's cutting through this cloud as a curve. Looks curved here too. That might be something interdimensional, cloaking craft. I don't know. See what you think. This is called, again, Odd Cloud Forms and Colors. Upper left is the original. Now, it's getting really dark at night. It was 7:22. We're looking east now. To the west, the sun was already long gone down. But I saw these weird bits and pieces of cloud form and this split thing, so I decided to enhance it anyway, even though it's kind of dark. It's going to look grainy, but look at this. Definitely got structure to it. And whatever this is beyond, I got to believe it's either one overall cloaking craft or two different ones, and maybe even more. See what you think. This is called Strange Cloud Forms Mix and Sunlight and Quotes Colors. Left-hand side is the original. You see why I took it. We got these things on different angles. Then this is straight across, and this thing's doing its own thing. We've got the golden light of what I think is the original sun down below, and what we have artificial rays coming up, I think, from whatever artificial source is affecting the sun. Or artificial tech in front of the sun is making it do this. I don't know. But we've got two different, bright white at the top and gold at the bottom. Now, this big cloud mass, some people call it like shelf cloud, another cloud, has a straight level edge at the bottom. To me, this is all artificial. I do believe there's cloaking craft in here all over the place, especially here if you look. It's starting to look like something symmetrical and hidden with cloud. And in here, when you look at the overall shape, it's just strange. Here, too. Cloaking craft, for sure, at least in my book. But anyway, this big massive gray cloud routinely comes to block our ability to see what's going on in that key transition of when the sun goes down and meets the horizon. This happens at sunrise and sunset, happens all over the world. I've seen a ton of pictures from skywatchers in the UK especially, and all over the United States. It's something that is happening everywhere. All right, this is called Strange Cloud Form Cloaking Craft. Middle upper. Photo is the original. We zoom in a little bit on the upper left, and the enhancement is on the bigger one down here in the enlarged view. Look at this. It looks like something is leaving a trail, angled downward. Maybe it have little legs or fins to it, or flaps, whatever. and then this looks like it's like diving through some cloaking material. It's really, really strange. These things too. See what you think is going on in there. I think that with the nature of this being like a pure dome or circle with like a body to it, it's got to be some type of cloaking craft. All right, here we go. Strange cloud form cloaking craft. Look at this. The left is the original. That is in no way, shape, or form normal cloud activity. We enhance it to the right. We see some little bits of shapes maybe in there, triangular in character. We go to the upper middle photo and we can see it a little bit better. That looks like a triangle to me in here too, and in here. Have a look on your own, see what you think is going on in there. All right, strange cloud form, cloaking craft, self-explanatory. Look at this. This is not a normal cloud shape. There's got to be cloaking craft in there, otherwise there be no purpose for this. See what you think is going on. Here we go, another strange cloud form. This one's looking west. Upper left is the original photo. Just look how odd that thing looks. It's like sticks out literally like a sore thumb. Look at the character of it. It's acting really weird in the silhouette. And at the bottom shape, all of it just screams there's got to be cloaking craft back there. And if there isn't, it's just one huge artificial cloud system. There also looks like self-illumination happening in here. There's little light signatures happening all over the place. See what you think is going on. This is also looking very interesting. This kind of weird patterning, grid-like pattern happening over here. Have fun having a look on your own time. Right, this is called Strange Cloud Forms Cloaking Craft. Upper left is the original. We zoom in and enhance it on the bigger format down here. Just a lot of weird activity happening here. This is looking like cloaking craft. This is hard edge. This has hard edge and structure to it. This looks like a vector with a point that looks symmetrical, like a intelligently designed craft to me. We're going to zoom in here on letter A and go to 8.1. Oh wait, before we do this too, looks like some structure poking out of cloaking material. And then we look and we see this looks like corrugated metal of sorts, with bright points on it. Definitely looks like structure within the cloud. That doesn't look like natural cloud activity. See what you think is happening. This is called Strange Wave Patterns Cloaking Craft. Look at this. Upper left is the original. What a wild and weird sky. So all of this you can see looks out of focus. That's how it looked to the human eye. You can tell because all of this in the foreground is focused, and all of this, when this happens and when my camera doesn't get a good grip on it and when it looks like this to the naked eye, it all points out to some disturbances are happening up in there. So I think it's electromagnetic wave activity. Is it microwave activity of a different type? Some other radiation form? I don't know. I don't know what other kind of activity it could be, but I know there are energetic waves moving through that medium. And as you can see to the left, it looks like a vector shape, so I think that's a cloaking craft in there. I don't know what quite is happening in here. I tried to get at it with a little more enhancement, but see what you see. But what the heck is this finger-like thing happening? This looks like a cloaking craft down here too. Anyway, have fun finding stuff. Let me know if you see anything really cool. All right, this is called Strange Low Snake-like Cloud. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're looking southwest here, more in the western direction. Upper left is the original. I enhanced it below. This thing was actually really beautiful. I have never seen one of these before in my area. Decades of being in the area, coming and going. But there started a huge storm, started brewing. There was natural lightning, I would say, and there was also artificial lightning, let's just say. It's a whole other topic for another show. But anyway, look at this thing, how it moves through the sky. It kind of creates voids, to either side of it as it's like moving through. It's really captivating. I'm not sure what it is or what's causing that. But again, it was hot, like in the 80s, upper 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So this normally looks like it's not even normally created anywhere. But if it were, I would say it would have to be in like colder climate. And we're here again, subtropical Florida with no wind that day, really. Anyway, there's light sources happening up in here when the sun would really be maybe there, but it just had a fake artificial appearance and character, let's just say. So now we're going to look at that same system. It moved and spanned from the north all along the western horizon, or at least western side, let's just say, of the sky. And it did span all the way to the north and to the south. This thing was really long. Then at a certain stretch of it, this other little thing starts jutting up and creating its own, little stream above it. Very wild looking system. And then here too is just another look at it. There's that overlap, and it continues down. So I have no idea what was causing this phenomenon. See what you think. All right, well, now we're at the photo of the week at the end of the show. This is just Scrabble board game results, wordplay. We did have a leftover letter V. We changed the rules up a bit, or the criteria. I don't like the word rules, but we changed it up a bit so we don't play for points, and we do not put any negative words. So we try to stick with positive or at least neutral words wherever possible. So thank you for listening to me spell some things out here a while. I appreciate your time here. I wish you a beautiful now, whether it's Friday or already the weekend for you. Have a glorious weekend ahead. I wish you tremendous peace. Best wishes always. Lavender Sky Panther. Bye.